Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line. And this here is Bully Rants. I missed all the other titles, y'all forgive me. I tell you what, this video in particular is not so much about dogs, but about the community. And a lot of people say, I get a lot of messages and people are like, well, how do I get into this thing? How do I do this thing? What to stay away from? I'm going to tell you. Bottom line, man, dogs. Do your research. First off, find the type of dog you want. You know, find who produces that dog and be patient. You know, we live in a microwave society where the first thing that people think, for one, is that you have to take, well, what do you have on the ground? Well, what do you have this? I'm going to be honest with you. Most times if a breeder is selling something, most times if they're just adamantly willing to sell something and they're promoting to sell it, it's not their best stuff. You know, more than likely somebody has come before you and got the second best pick. So what you're getting now is a bunch, you know, a lot of times it's dogs that have been left over. You know, and sometimes you'll find, don't get me wrong, sometimes you'll find a very nice dog that has been left over in the litter, or maybe, you know, someone reneged on it or whatever. But, you know, do your research and really find what you want, and also be patient enough to wait for what you want. I've put deposits on litters and waited, I think the longest one I've waited was 3 years. And on another one I waited a year. On another one I waited a little over 18 months. And I mean, I was happy with the dogs that I got. I was happy to get the slots on the breedings that I got. And you know, I mean, being a dog person, I understand that breedings don't just pop up. You know, sometimes you're lucky and it happens bang, bang. Other times it doesn't. But, you know, have some patience. Don't be in a rush to just buy anything, because when you buy anything, you'll get anything. It is important that you take time, do your due diligence, work hard to really find out what you want. And then once you've narrowed that down, go after it. You know, the next thing I'll say is just the internet, man. Stay away from the idea of clicks. You know, if you're going to get into this thing, man, you don't have to be a part of any clique. Sometimes you'll find that it's a rougher road, but the one thing I'll tell you is this. Yes, I've been around forever and a day when it comes to this breed. And when it comes to these cliques and these people who try to be, you know, you'll notice people who bounce from one group to another group, to this organization, to that organization, to try to make themselves feel some kind of way. And the truth of the matter is that they can't present you dogs that speak for themselves. And most of the time is because their focus is not where it needs to be on building their dogs. You know, we see people who always talk about, you know, what is that phrase, you know what I mean? Support those who support you, and why doesn't anyone share my pages, and why doesn't anyone tag? I'm gonna tell you like this: don't rely on that bullshit, and don't rely on people. I've been around long enough to tell you, a lot of people come into your life, especially in this dog world, and they just come to see whatever you can do for them. If you don't do what they like, if you don't do what they want, if they've gotten enough from you that they feel like that they don't need you, all of a sudden all those smiles and all those friendships and all that love shit goes flat out the window. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? People talk shit about you. People are going to have this to say. People will take dogs from you. People will kill your dogs. So don't come in here trying to make a bunch of friends. You will find out the people who are serious, that's good people and want to be your friends, you will find them. You don't have to be a part of an organization. You don't have to be a part of any group or any clique. Focus on your dogs. If you're all about your dogs and you're all about creating quality, eventually it will speak for itself. I think the best example of that is, you know, Pratt's Pits. You know, Pratt's doesn't too much talk to anybody or mess with anybody. He just does his dogs, and his dogs have been very successful as far as what he's been doing in his program. And never, I mean, I think, well, back in the day he was in the Elite Edge, but he left that, and he's always been doing his own thing and successful. You don't need to click up with a bunch of people, and you don't need to be involved in all the things that these people are involved in. You know, I'll talk some about this community in the next video, but man, focus on your dog. Find the size that you want, find the look that you want, and find, you know, that what's producing that look. When you find what's producing that look back at least 4 generations and make sure that the parents and the grandparents and the great-grandparents are all falling in line with what you want as far as structure, size, and everything. That way you can guarantee a higher percentage of what type of dog you're going to get. But man, it's all about dogs, man. Don't fall into this thing of people, because what happens is that a lot of times we get into these cliques and deal with these so-called dog celebrities, and they sell you on their own bullshit, you know what I mean? And if y'all knew the true story, most of these so-called dog celebrities only been around 3 or 4 years anyway, and it's all a marketing scheme. Until next time, I'll catch up with you later. Peace.